What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla to have a review of the Bandai Ultra Action figure, Sevenger. That's right, my zillions. We got another Sevenger figure. And why do I have a feeling this one's gonna be better than the other previous ones I have done? Even though all of those were more expensive, except for the little vinyls. And the big vinyl. But the big vinyl was more expensive than this guy, which is like under 20 bucks. And he's a big figure. You guys have seen me review Ultra Action figures from almost the beginning of the line. And you guys know that this packaging is way bigger than ones we've had before. So I'm very excited about this, and I'm hoping for good things. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. And here is Sevenger out of the package. And let's take a look at the articulation first. The shoulders move on a hinge, and they can swivel. It's decent enough. The elbows, actually it's a bicep swivel right above the elbow there, and then it's got a single jointed elbow. The wrists can swivel. You got nothing at the waist, nothing at the head, which is actually shocking to me. I thought the head would move, but it does not. The legs can hinge out a little bit, go forward and back a little bit, and then single jointed knee. And then you do have a little rocking action, back and forth action, because they're on like a ball joint at the feet. Not a ton of articulation, and a little bit less than the normal Ultra Action figure without the head. But usually you don't get any body articulation anyway, so it is what it is. So, taking a look at this guy in full, well, the proportions are interesting. I don't think they're too off, but they might be a little bit off. I feel like the arms might be a little long, but we will compare them to some other Sevengers later. So, like the other Ultra Action figures, you don't really get paint on the back, so it kind of just stops there. It's like a lot of the Ultra monsters. It is what it is, keeps costs down. You do get screw holes as well, so you gotta deal with that. But again, it is a much cheaper figure. That said, it's a really good looking figure. Now, on the legs, you don't really have it because you do have color separation with the darker gray and the silver, which looks pretty good. Well, silver-ish. Like gray, silver-ish plastic, which is kind of pearlescent a little bit, which is cool. It has a little bit of a gleam. And that looks good. Sculpt on the feet look pretty decent. All these little coils here are painted right here, so that's pretty good, painted right there. So this is at least painted, I think. Is it paint or is it plastic? It might be plastic. I think it's plastic, actually. I'm looking at it. This looks like paint. This looks, doesn't look glued together. It looks connected. So, yeah, it's all right. And then that looks really good. The front of the legs look pretty good. Then you do get paint here. Don't stop. You get the gold paint, which looks pretty good. I do like it. The belly looks pretty good. Again, you see that, like, kind of glistening plastic, which is kind of a trademark of this line. They do that pretty good. It gives them a really nice look, which is cool. The middle part looks really nice in gold. I like that. Those are painted there in gray, dark gray, and those as well. Up here is all gray. See that? It's pretty good. The arms look pretty decent. He's got fist hands, which look nice. Again, those coily sections, which look good. Oh, I didn't really talk about it. We just talked about the paint. But the jetpack looks really good. I like it a lot. Very nicely done. Really nicely done. Really good details. If you want to paint it, panel line it, go for it. Make this guy look even better because he deserves it. Sevenger deserves it. The front looks good, though. There's a lot of nice detail. I really like it. The gold in the middle looks great, so that's nice. Parts in there look good. And then the head sculpt is nice. He's got the more sad eyes, but it's more like, not super sad. He's all right. He's ready. He's ready to roll. His grill looks good on the front of his nose there and on his forehead. Those look pretty good. The yellow is painted, and it's not terrible. Zoomed in, it looks a little sloppy, but in real life, it's not so bad at all. The black is done well. Side profile looks pretty decent. He looks good. I like him. So, there you go. That's a full look there at Sevenger, and it's a decent looking figure, no doubt about it. And for your size comparisons, here's Ultra Action Sevenger with the other Sevengers in the scale that I have in my collection, including the DX and the SH Figure Arts, as well as 2 Ultra Action figures that appear also in Ultraman Z. As far as these guys go, I'm going to say it. I'm going to call it here. This is the best one. This might look the best overall, but it's a terrible figure. And this one is a lot of fun. Could potentially a lot of fun. But I had a lot of issues with the arm. I don't need all the bells and whistles to make a good figure. That's your best Sevenger, guys. It is. And my final thoughts? I mean, I just said it, man. This is the best Sevenger, especially when you factor in that it's going to cost you 20 bucks or under. Of course, you got to ship it over. What else? You got to ship all these guys over, right? This is the best one as far as playability. There's no problems with it. Yes, it's not super articulated, but that's in its favor, to be honest. It really is. Everything feels solid. No, you know, the plastic quality is pretty light, but it feels like a solid toy, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. After having problems with the other articulated Sevengers, you know, I'm really happy to have one that does not give me a problem. Yes, again, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it looks good enough, and you could do stuff with it, and that without it falling apart or falling down. That is ideal. And there you go, guys. That's my review. I think this is a really good figure. If you need a Sevenger, you should get this figure. And get him ASAP, because I feel like it's going to sell really well, because I'm not the only one that had bad thoughts regarding the DX and the SHF, so keep that in mind. People like this character, and they want a good figure of it, and this is it. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below, and please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.